Hi, this is the last learning objective that we're going to discuss today, and it's learning objective 5, address business uses of social networking and the benefits of RSS feeds. Web 2.0, social networking sites. Facebook and Twitter are being used by businesses for similar reasons, pretty much the same way that podcasts, blogs, and wikis are being used. Social networking sites enable businesses to connect with customers and employees and share company news and then exchange thoughts also. And then there are social online communities for professional audiences like LinkedIn. So businesses' interest in social networking sites is not surprising. 83% of millennials, also called Generation Y, regularly socialize and chat online. Millennials lead in instant messaging, blog reading, listening to music, playing online games, and participating in virtual worlds. However, those in the older age groups are gaining on them. Okay, so they're millennials 83%. The older age groups are gaining and pulling ahead in some categories. The number of social media users 74 and older has quadrupled in 4 years to 16%. They do have a ways to get to 83, but that 16% for that age group is significant. According to Nielsen, users over 55 are driving the growth of social networking via mobile internet. Social networks and blogs are the top destinations and dominates America's time spent online, which is 23%, twice as much as online games at 10%, the number 2 category. And Twitter is 31% for the heaviest users in people 18 to 24, and followed by 25 to 34-year-olds at 17%. So businesses are trying to adapt and tap into social networking. 60% of Fortune 500 companies now are on Facebook, and 62% have corporate Twitter accounts. Google leads with 5.8 million Twitter followers, and Starbucks is at 3.7. Now, how do businesses use the social networks? McDonald's has a strong presence on Facebook, boasting more than 10.7 million fans. Station M has 700,000 hourly employees across the United States. Their Vice President of Human Resources, Danitra Barnett, credits the cruise site with reducing turnover. The attrition rate, which is the number of people leaving McDonald's, is lower than the industry average, and it's lower in over 20 years, which is a cost savings, because you don't have to spend money to train employees. And then the errors that they make that are costly to you and product. Adopting the Facebook model. Other companies have found that Facebook model can be adapted to internal networks. Many of these internal networks run on Chatter Enterprise, which is a social networking platform. Staff members already intuitively understand how a corporate social network operates because they're familiar with Facebook. Red Robin's corporate social network allows discussions and provides videos, and through their efforts help cut the introduction of a new burger line from months to days. Connecting far-flung workers. Because social networks are about connections, they also enable companies to match up dispersed employees and their skills as needed. SuperValue supermarket chains built a Yammer-based network connecting 11,000 executives and store managers, eliminating the need for expensive travel. And then more than 1,000 groups emerged that provided creative solutions to specific problems. Now, let's look at crowdsourcing customers, which are social networks and blogs can also help companies invite customer input at the product design stage, which is really a very crucial stage. Dell solicited over 17,000 new product ideas and suggested improvements, including backlit keyboards that are ideal for working on planes. Experts predict that social media will become as important for the economy as mobile phones and cloud computing. Mobile is an extension of the cloud because it lets you get your data wherever you are, and social is a layer on top of that, making it easier to cross-communicate. But let's look at this pop out here. Big companies rule on Facebook. Coca-Cola is number 1. So Facebook has reached 1 billion users. LinkedIn has 200 million. Twitter claims 200 million. Google Plus has 500 registers. Facebook allows registered users to create individual homepages. Large corporations thrive. The top 3 companies with the most fans are Coca-Cola at 64.1 million, Disney at 44 million, and Starbucks at 34.4 million. So potential risks of social networks for businesses. Online public social networks hold great promise. Most managers want plugged-in employees with strong tech skills. They fret about incurring productivity losses, compromising trade secrets, attracting the wrath of huge internet audiences, and facing embarrassment over inappropriate and damaging employee posts. So they have to try to be careful of things. Businesses can take different approaches to the dark side of social networking, such as Zappos. They take a hands-off approach and encourage employee online activity. IBM has drafted detailed policies to cover all forms of self-expression online. According to one survey, 50% of businesses block web access to social networking sites, 61% to gaming sites, and 40% to entertainment sites. Basically, it's because you're at work, you need to be working type thing. Several top German corporations, including Volkswagen and Porsche, have banned social media just outright, fearing the loss of productivity and industrial espionage. Experts believe that organizations should embrace positive word-of-mouth testimonials, not squash them with rigid rules. In the United States, social media policies need to be guidelines, not rules, or they could violate labor laws under certain circumstances. Because the lines between work time and personal time are increasingly blurry, some organizations allow partial access by limiting what employees can do online. And they may disable file sharing to protect sensitive information. So let's go up here and look at, we did this, but let's look here at a company in the United Kingdom that had a nightmare. Pricing blunder broadcasts far and wide via social media. Because of a software glitch, Tesco, the world's third largest retailer based in the United Kingdom, offered an iPad worth £659, which is $1,021 in American money, or £49.99, $77 on its website. Within hours, the news exploded on Facebook and Twitter. Some customers ordered as many as 20 iPads and insisted that Tesco honor the advertised price. The company quickly corrected the online pricing error and would not accept orders at the incorrect price. Was Tesco obligated to honor the offer? That's up for discussion. Using social media networking sites and keeping your job. With users of social networking would do well to exercise caution. So guidelines for safe social established boundaries. Don't share information, images, and media online that you would not be comfortable sharing openly in the office. Distrust even privacy settings don't guarantee complete protection from prying eyes. Facebook has repeatedly come under fire for changing privacy settings and opening unwittingly user profiles for the world to see. Rein in your friends. One of your 500 Facebook friends may tag you in an inappropriate photograph. Tags make pictures searchable so that an embarrassing college incident may resurface years later. Always ask before tagging someone. Beware of friending. Don't reject friend requests from some coworkers while accepting them from others. Snubbed workers may harbor ill feelings, and don't friend your boss unless he or she friends you first. Send friend requests only once and expect the unexpected. Recruiters now routinely check applicants' online presence. Some employers have gone so far as to demand the candidates disclose their Facebook login information. Facebook and lawmakers have criticized this practice. I have heard of that being on applications because a recruiter or potential employer does want to check Facebook, and a point of whether or not they're hired is whether or not they will allow the potential employer to access a Facebook site. Privacy is a myth. Sensitive information should not be shared lightly. These are all risque photographs. Refusing friend requests or unfriending individuals could jeopardize any professional relationships. Consider the tips in 7.15 provided by career counselor Julie Powell if you like to visit social networking sites and want to keep your job. 7.15 are these. Okay. Navigating the information. with glut with RSS feeds. RSS stands for really simple syndication. It allows users to monitor a lot of news sources in one convenient spot. It's a way to receive custom-tailored information from hundreds of sources. It's a data file format capable of transmitting changing web content, news organizations, bloggers, social networks, all kinds of things. RSS documents are called feeds or channels, and they can be read most efficiently with a web-based feed reader or a mobile app. Okay, the most popular news aggregator today is Google Reader. Increasingly, feed readers are available as apps and read on mobile devices, helping busy executives stay informed. Besides Google Reader, popular RSS readers are Feedly, My 6 Sense, Pulse, and Reader. Content providers have a vital interest in providing RSS feeds. Retailer Target, online travel sites such as Travelocity, and many airlines have been using RSS feeds to alert customers to weekly sales and special offers. Now here's a checklist. These are just some do's and don'ts. It just kind of summarizes this information about Objective 5. Learn company rules, avoid sending personal email, instant messages, or text. Separate work from personal. Be careful when blogging or tweeting. Keep sensitive information private. Stay away from pornography, sexually explicit jokes, or inappropriate screensavers. Don't spread rumors or gossip. Don't download and share cartoons, video clips. Don't open attachments sent by email. Don't download free software and utilities to company machines. Don't store your music and photos on a company machine. Don't watch streaming videos, and don't share files, and avoid file sharing. And as I have said, in applying your skills at Twitter, there's that little pop-up. As I have said with the other summaries, this will help you get ready for the final. It will just help you kind of put in context everything that we've been discussing through these 5 objectives. This is Objective 1, Objective 2. It just kind of puts it into a nutshell so that it will help you review and remain familiar with this chapter. You will need it. And so the next video we will be, in the chapter review, again, Objective 5. I would print this out and put the page numbers where these objectives start at to try and help you get ready for the final. Okay. The next and last video will be discussing your homework for this week. If you have any questions, ask your instructor.